Hey guys, welcome back to the Meters YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I go over the fastest carnivore food options if you are on the go. So I'm not going to be doing like carnivore junk food options because those are not optimal, and I have had my fair share of the fast on the go carnivore junk food options and they did not end up serving me very well. So I'll give you guys an example. For many months, we were kind of going by what Kelly Hogan was saying. If you guys are aware, Kelly Hogan, she eats McDonald's hamburger patties, just the patty, and they claim that it's 100% hamburger meat, so beef, 100% beef. I'm doubtful. But we ate those beef patties and they were delicious. And we would ask the employees, hey, are you sure that they're not fried or cooked in vegetable oils? And they would repeatedly tell us, no, they're not, don't worry. But I just felt a little bit uncertain because they were always so greasy. So I was wondering, where is that coming from? Why are they so greasy? What is going on? So one day I called McDonald's customer service in Canada, and I spoke to a gentleman who told me that they do use vegetable oils. So we quickly put an end to that, and I reached out to Kelly and I explained to her what happened. And of course, being in Canada, it's different from what they use in the States. And maybe at her local McDonald's where she frequents, they, have a special procedure that they do for her. Maybe they kind of clean the grill off. But for us, we found out that they use like a special spray that's composed of vegetable oils. So if you're in Canada, I would advise maybe stay away from the McDonald's hamburger patties. They are no good. So that was one example. Another example that I have is Harvey's. So Harvey's in Canada, we lived off those Harvey's hamburger patties for quite a while, and then we found out that they contained gluten, so that was not fun. And in hindsight, we kind of always knew there was something wrong with them because they just tasted so good. Like, you'll know if something is 100% beef because I make my own beef hamburgers at home. I literally just take a pack of ground beef, I portion it up in little hamburger patties, and I fry it or barbecue it, and I put a little bit of salt, and that's it. And you can tell that it's just hamburger, that it's just meat. There's nothing else. There's no additives in there. There's no filler to make it stick together. There's no gluten. When we were eating those hamburgers from Harvey's, I remember eating them in my car with Danny and being like, oh my God, these are good. Like, what is this? It kind of tasted like a steak or something. So if something is too good to be true, it probably is. Not all the time, but you have to do your due diligence. And I mean, if you're on the go and you have absolutely nothing else, and there's a McDonald's in sight or a Harvey's or a hamburger place, and it's your last resort, I mean, go for it. You're free to make that decision. But I'm here to tell you today, I have a few tips and tricks, a few words of advice that should help you to not ever end up in a situation like that. So I'm going to start off with 3 things that you can prepare ahead of time. This is not a video that's going to be about fast food, quick, on the go. You're going to have to do a little bit of prepping. You're going to have to take a little bit of accountability and responsibility for your health. And if you know that you have a long day ahead full of meetings, or you got a journey ahead, you're going to be going on a little road trip, you're taking a flight somewhere, or you are taking the train, you're going on a road trip, you're going somewhere where you're not going to have access to food. Maybe you're going to meet with some friends and you can't cook meat there. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that are going to help you to stay on track. So you're going to be good no matter what. First things first, boiled eggs. I don't know if you I don't care if you like them or not. Learn to love them because they're your best friend. You can pack them on the go. I would suggest you boil them like hard boiled so that the yolk is not runny. And you bring those bad boys with you wherever you go. Super easy. The way I boil my eggs is I put the eggs in a pot of water. As soon as it starts rolling and bubbling, I take it off of the stove and I put a lid and I let the eggs sit in there for 7 to 8 minutes. So boiled eggs. Bacon. That's your second one. Make the bacon beforehand. Bacon is amazing cold. And meatballs or hamburgers. This is where ground beef, again, becomes your best friend. You make that ahead of time. You can eat it cold. Doesn't matter where you are. And another amazing snack that I love is the egg yolk muffins. So I'm going to put the recipe video to the egg yolk muffins in the description below. These are hands down the absolute best for taking with you when you travel. Whenever I would go anywhere, whether it's a plane or a long road trip, or even if you go on a hike and you want to, break your fast at the end of the hike, these are all amazing snacks that you can carry with you. So I'm going to put the recipe below to the egg yolk muffins down below. And today I did a little bit of shopping for this video and I'm excited because I get to eat it after. But I wanted to show you what else you could get. And these are staples for me. I have gone 2-3 days without access to a kitchen and I have lived off of these. Is it optimal? Maybe not in the long run, but if it's for 2 or 3 days, you're good and it's sure to keep you satisfied. So the first thing that I'm going to start with, and if you are not doing dairy, just skip this part, and I do dairy sometimes in situations like these. So I've got Parmigiano Reggiano. So the reason why I get Parm is because it's raw. I do not eat pasteurized dairy. I believe that that is not real dairy, and I think that the benefits from the cheese are taken out when the cheese has been pasteurized. So you'll know that something is raw because it's literally just supposed to say, I don't know if you guys can see this. I can't see it now. Ingredients: ingredients: milk, salt, Renee. So that's fine. That's what you want to see. There should be about 3 ingredients and that's about it. As soon as it says pasteurized milk, it's no good anymore. So I got one of these. It's an Italian brand. And then I got another extra aged Parmesan cheese. And this one is really awesome. It's it's got like a deep, sweet, nutty flavor. And it's aged over 18 months. This one is aged, how many months? Matured over 12 months. So this one is also gluten-free. It's really yummy. And you can just chop it up in little slices, in little cubes, put it in a Tupperware, and take it with you to go. These are awesome snacks, good for you, if you can tolerate dairy, mind you. And then my favorite. So where I am at right now, prosciutto, when you get prosciutto and they slice it for you, I can't get that. So I can only get packaged prosciutto. But if you can get Prosciutto Di Parma, and you have to make sure it has no nitrates and no other ingredients except for pork and salt. That's it. Pork and salt. That's what it looks like. It's pork. It's thinly sliced pork. And it even says no nitrates, all natural ingredients, contains no MSG or glutens, no artificial ingredients added. So I'm always looking out for that stuff. This is awesome. Now this is my second option. I don't usually go for these, and I'll show you why. So I've got some salami, some soppressata, and some Genoa Salami. So the reason why I don't usually go for this is because it has, so I'll read you the ingredients: pork, sea salt, and then it says less than 2% of sugar, spices, natural flavoring, organic wine, and starter culture. So that's not really my favorite. I usually eat super clean ingredients. But like I said, if you're on the go, something like this, I can tolerate it just fine. No problem for me. And this has the same thing. Less than 2% of all of those ingredients. And it also says, no nitrates added except for those naturally occurring in sea salt and cultured celery powder. So, I mean, it is what it is. This is what we do when we go out somewhere and we need snacks or we need food because we can't always cook up a storm. So that's my, those are my little suggestions. Of course, there's also pork rinds. If you guys can get beef jerky, that's also an option. There are healthy options. You don't have to go to the drive-through and get, you know, a hamburger that's questionable with processed cheese. I mean, that is also an option, and I know a lot of people that do, and for sure that stuff is super yummy, but it can throw you off a little bit. I've been there where I have felt like I've had no option in terms of picking what to eat. I eat a little bit of pasteurized dairy. I eat a hamburger that, you know, has filler in it, and I feel like crap the next day. So I just wanted to give you guys some kind of wholesome options, and I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wish you a beautiful weekend ahead. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. What kind of videos would you like to see next? I'm open. So hope you guys enjoyed the other two videos on the screen. Have a lovely weekend.